Draws it out, takes a snap, looks right, back to the left. It's a screen. Helton's ahead for first down yardage. Goal line, touchdown. Shift into cover 3. Fumble.
Picked up by Bedford. Rizzo with the touchdown.
Looks to throw it again. Looks to his left. Delivers over the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Taliaferro. They fake it to Rizzo over the middle. Open. Soden. He's got it. He's at the 10 to 5. He's in for a touchdown.
And welcome to Bedford High Stadium here on a beautiful Friday evening. It's clear skies, the lights are on, and we're ready for football. Your undefeated Bulldog coming in 3-0, 2-0 officially in the NHIAA standings, taking on the 1-2 Grizzlies of Goffstown. I'm here with Harry Kozlowski, Corin Munstertiger with me for the call of the game. And good news, of course, on the field. We saw number 26 in uniform.
Yeah, Brody Helton suffered an ankle injury at the close to the halftime mark of the last game at Bishop Girton down in Stellos. After an 80-yard touchdown run, got dragged down in the end zone and got rolled up on his ankle. So we'll see how much playing time he gets tonight. Perhaps he's going to just focus on one side of the ball. And we'll see how much the backups get playing time from that running back position as well. We saw that they did a great job filling in for him second half last week, and I'm sure they'll do the same moving forward if necessary.
Well, we did speak with Coach Zach Matthews, as we always do pre-game, and the topic of Helton, his injury, and the backups came up. So let's listen to what Coach Matthews had to say.
We're speaking with Coach Zach Matthews of the Bedford Bulldogs, coming off another 35-point outburst, this time 35-13 over the Bishop Girton Cardinals. Coach, the score sounds dominant, but it really doesn't reveal the difficulty BG gave you early on. They moved the ball, they went up on you early, but once your team figured things out, you responded.
Yeah, I mean, I think credit to Bishop Girton. They came out with a really good game plan, mixing up some different personnel packages, and also some tempo that we hadn't seen from them. So I think it was a really good opportunity for us to kind of show some growth yet again. I mean, we definitely need to do a better job of coming out of the gates and playing a little bit better early in games. But Bishop Girton really had a good plan, and it definitely took some adjustments for us. Things were a little chaotic at times in that first half, getting the right personnel groups on, and I think we just simplified things at halftime and tried to stay with one specific front that we were going to use, and I think our kids really settled in. And also, I think, credit to our offensive line. I know that sounds kind of strange when you're talking about our defense, but coming out in the third quarter, really trying to lean on our offensive line, lean on the run game, keep the ball actually out of Bishop Girton's hands and extend some longer drives, I think was really good for us.
Brody Helton had another Brody Helton kind of day with 2 touchdowns and 128 yards, but he had to leave the game with a leg injury after being tackled from behind on that 80-yard touchdown run. Can we ask how Brody's doing?
Yeah, Brody's been a participant in practice. I'd say he's somewhat limited this week. We're trying to be careful, obviously, with his recovery. But we have full expectation that Brody's going to be ready to go on Friday night. How that looks, how he feels, it's going to kind of depend on how the rest of the week goes. But it appears, thankfully we avoided, anything serious as far as the injury was concerned. But Brody's taking a lot of punishment from other teams, and what I would say specifically is it's the way people are tackling Brody. He's such a physical running back, and he's so difficult to bring down that he's having to get used to. We're having to get used to the way that people are. They're pulling him down from behind. They're kind of attacking his legs in different ways, and so I think it's an evolution and a process where we're going to have to go through that and look at kind of how Brody's running the ball, and he's going to figure out some ways to try to protect himself a little bit better. But we're excited for him to be able to play this week, and he's looked pretty good in practice.
But, even with losing Helton, you were still able to run the ball effectively with your depth players. Winston Hune and Eric Millis did a great job coming off the bench. How do your depth players prepare to be ready to go in at a moment's notice like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good question, Harry. I think it's difficult for some of those guys because, obviously we were very lucky to have Brody, and Brody's a huge part of our offense. And so for some of those guys, it'd be very easy to kind of go through the week of practice and show up on game day and think, I'm just not going to play and not be ready. But credit to those guys. They make the most of their limited reps in practice with the first team offensive line. And those guys came out and gave us really good carries from both of them. So we're definitely excited about, the running back position as a whole. And I think that was one of the biggest things I said to the kids at halftime. I think Brody gets a lot of attention, and he deserves the attention that he gets because he's an exceptional player. But we have full confidence in the rest of the guys on our roster, and it was nice to see them to get an opportunity to go out and, showcase their hard work as well.
We're 4 weeks into the season, and you finally get to play at home in front of your fans at BHS Stadium. This will be the culmination of Goffstown rivalry week when you play the Grizzlies. Are your players especially excited for this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you talk about how long it's been since we played a home game, obviously being on the road for 3 weeks, but both of our scrimmages were also on the road, so it really feels like we haven't played a home game in a really long time. So the kids are very, very excited about this opportunity, and obviously, to sweeten the deal, we have Goffstown coming over, and it's always nice to be able to match up with them as well.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot, and good luck on Friday.
Yeah, thank you very much, Harry.
That's Coach Zach Matthews of the Bedford Bulldogs. We appreciate him taking time to speak with us every Friday night, or actually any time we have a game, we have a chance to talk with the coach. Always good information there. So we're playing Goffstown, and this is the end of rivalry week. Have a lot of trouble saying that word. Pretty successful overall. Field hockey was a winner. Both soccer games were victorious, boys and girls. Volleyball was victorious, but actually went to 5 sets. So Goffstown took undefeated Bedford to the mat, so that was a good contest. And now we have the final game here, so it's an opportunity to make a clean sweep of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, somewhat surprising with that volleyball result. As we know, the Bedford Bulldogs volleyball team has been dominant over the last few years, and it seems like it's going to be a challenge for them to continue that tradition with some of the players that have graduated. But as you mentioned, very successful week against Goffstown. Fun kind of way to do the scheduling, to have all the teams playing against Goffstown in the same week, and creating some buzz and excitement around it.
And the way the schedule laid out for the football team, this is the home opener, believe it or not, 4 weeks into the season. And Bedford's going to play all 4 of their home games this season over the next 5 weeks. They have 3 games in a row. We have two more games after this that'll be at home. Then we go on the road to Portsmouth Oyster River, then back home for Nashua South, and then that'll be it for the home games until the playoffs.
Kind of an odd schedule this year, but they deal with what they're given and perform. Doesn't matter where they are. They try to get after it, put points on the board, come out victorious any chance they can.
Looking back at the game against BG, a big win there, putting up another 35-point burger on opponents. 3 straight games, the 35 points for the Bulldogs. And let's talk a little bit about Jack May. I actually spoke with the coach off mic about Jack. He's having an incredible year. An 81% completion percentage, 35 of 43, 558 yards. That's just over 3 games. 7 touchdowns through the air, 1 touchdown with his legs on the ground. And you just couldn't ask for, we all had questions about whether this quarterback was going to be able to keep the momentum going. He absolutely is.
Yeah, and one thing you didn't mention was only 1 interception. That touchdown to interception ratio is phenomenal. Again, Jack getting the start as a senior, coming in with a lot of experience. Although not a starter, he got a lot of playing time last year, as Danny Black and the starters were frequently on the sideline for much of the second half. So Jack got a lot of time in there, got time behind center, and that experience is paying off this year. Again, 7 touchdowns to only 1 interception. Phenomenal job with that balance.
And of course, he has a lot of help on the field with receivers and running backs, led off, of course, by Brody Helton. He had a 128-yard game on 5 carries before getting injured.
Yeah. Say that again. How many yards on how many carries?
5 carries, 128 yards, including
absurd.
One of those carries was like an 80-yarder.
Yeah, sure. So that tilts it and skews the stats a little bit. But 128 yards on 5 carries?
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Amazing. And for the year, Brody's got 456 yards and 6 touchdowns. Receiver-wise, he's got a couple of favorite targets. Peter Suazo being the number 1, 237 yards on 12 receptions, 4 touchdowns on the year. And the other is Bennett Matthews, 14 receptions, 178 yards for the year and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, let's not gloss over that either, because those have been some spectacular catches out on the wings, some high points, particularly by Matthews going up between two defenders for a touchdown early in the season.
Yeah, that was the National North game.
Suazo last week catching a ball, breaking 2 or 3 tackles, and scampering for 44 yards. Phenomenal performance by those receivers.
We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We will be right back with the call of the game. Bedford High School Band performing the anthem live here this evening. And the captains are about to step onto midfield for the coin toss. While we've got a moment, let's talk about some other Bedford High sports. Wishing the best of luck to the cross-country team. They're competing Saturday at Wickham Park at the Wickham Park International in Connecticut. Crew team is on the water tomorrow as well. The Winnie Chase on Lake Winnipesaukee. Good luck to the crew team. Captains are at midfield, ready for the coin flip.
Bedford finally getting to wear their black uniforms. White numbers, black helmets, black pants.
Been wearing the road whites all season.
I think the student section is doing a blackout tonight, so a lot of black hoodies and black sweats over there down to our left. Goffstown wearing their away whites, so white tops, white bottoms, maroon numbers, maroon helmets.
Looks like Bedford won the toss. They will defer.
Bedford won the
so Goffstown will be getting the ball first.
Defer. So Goffstown will receive the opening kick.
And Bedford chooses the side to our right, so they will be going from right to left, but kicking off. Captains meeting in midfield. They'll go back to their teams, get a little excited, a few parting words from their coaches, and then we'll be ready for kickoff here momentarily.
As we mentioned, just a perfect night for football here in Bedford. Talking about some of the other contests this week, the girls soccer team played last night against Memorial at Memorial and came away with a 6-0 win. They are undefeated at 9-0. And the boys also played Memorial. They won their game 7-0, and they improved to 7-0-1. So congratulations to both the undefeated Bedford soccer teams.
Well, AC/DC in the stadium, some Thunderstruck. Come on, Harry, how can you not get excited?
Got to turn that up.
There it is. There it is. The radio guy in his he's coming out right now. DJ Harry. Man, what was your radio name? Did you have a call sign or anything? A handle?
I did, yeah.
What was it?
It was Bob Payne.
Say again?
Bob Payne.
Bob Payne.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, for a long time I didn't use my real name because I thought it was too Polish.
Ah, come on, man. You gotta go. That's excitement right there. Bob.
Yeah, eventually I did.
Come up with Bob Payne.
I picked it off the back of an album, Little Feat.
Okay.
I was going to be Bill Payne. He was the keyboard player, Little Feat.
All right.
And the program director says, we already got a Bob on the staff. Or Bill, we beat Bob. So I became Bob.
We are ready to go. Corey Munster Tiger, Harry Kozlowski, a.k.a. Bob Payne, ready to call this for BCTV. The kickoff is received back at the 13-yard line. Taken out from there by Shane Lynn. He goes out to the left-hand side. That ball popped out. That is fumbled, and the Bulldogs recover. 1st and 10 Bulldogs on a critical error here on the opening kickoff.
Let's see what happened here. He had a little bit of a lane to the sideline, but it was
Noah Casamasino
stripped him of the ball from behind.
As they start this drive.
And just like that, the Bulldogs, they defer but get the ball to start the game anyway. And they begin with possession at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
Correction, ball spotted at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
So we thought it was a 25. It's actually the 26, but not too much of a difference there. Great starting field position for Jack May in this offense. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff to Helton. He'll keep it himself out to the left-hand side. He's not touched till 10 yards down the field, inside the 5-yard line. Close to the touchdown, not quite there yet. He is down for first down yardage at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. See there on the replay, really not touched until about the 7, where he gets wrapped up by 2 or 3 defenders.
Everybody in white was expecting Helton to get the ball to start the game, but May with the keeper had all the room in the world to go to his left and then up the middle, and like you said, got down to the 5-yard line. Another 1st and 10 here on the first possession. 11:34 to go, no score.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, a back on either side of Jack May, who's in the shotgun. Barking out the signals, he's ready to go. Ball comes back, he gives to Helton this time right up the middle. He's ahead for 3 yards or so, but not quite in. It'll be marked just outside the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from, we'll call it the 2.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just a straight up handoff to Helton.
Brings up 2nd.
So a great start to this game. Special teams play, huge play by captain Noah Casamasino.
That tackle was made by
stripping the ball and gifting his offense this opportunity to start the game. Now it's time to pay off. They were nearly in the red zone to start. 2 plays later, they sit on the 2-yard line. Jack May, Matthews in motion right to left. Helton right up the middle again. He's in for a touchdown. 3 plays, 26 yards, capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run by Helton. What a way to start a game.
Nothing fancy there, just give it to Helton. He runs up, dives, breaks through, gets into the end zone, and the Bulldogs are up 6-0 here with the extra point on the way. And Petrie is going to take that extra point.
Senior kicker Zach Petrie, holder Jack May, snap is back. Hold is down, the kick is up, it looks good. It is good. 7-0 just like that, 27 seconds into this game.
BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access than ever before. Just download the Bedford Community Television app. It's available for free download on Apple iOS and Android Play Store. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your Play Store today or your App Store and enjoy our programming live and on demand anywhere you've got a Wi-Fi signal or data.
Points off turnover right off the bat. Stat closely tracked and paid off there nicely by the offense. And we haven't seen that a lot this year. The keeper by Jack May, you know, he's gotten a couple of quarterback sneaks up the middle, maybe a design draw here and there. That was kind of a rollout off the left-hand side on a, I wouldn't say it was an option, but a designed keeper to go off that left-hand side. Great run to start off that drive, and Helton did the rest.
If you're watching our broadcast on BCTV, you might notice the score crawl on the bottom of the screen. That's a new addition. Merrimack and Keene tied at 1 at the end of 7.
Squib kick fielded at the 15. Again, this is Shane Lynn. Excuse me, not Shane Lynn. That's Sam Chapman. He gets it out to the 30 and beyond.
That was number 21.
Good carry there. picks the ball up at the 17.
Tackle was made by
And is able to get around some of the tacklers for a little extra yardage. So he's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line. Good line start, good drive start here for the Goffstown Grizzlies. First time with the ball. And let's see what they can do on offense. They trail 7-0.
Snap is back. Quarterback rolls to his right. It's a designed keeper. This is Jaden Perez. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Good job stringing that one out by the Bedford defense.
Yeah, they didn't give up anything on that one. In fact, they're going to mark them for a yard loss back to the 32. 2nd and 11 coming up here with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Bulldogs coming out in a 4-down lineman front. 3 linebackers stacked in behind. Looks like they're playing a cover 3 in this case. Perez in the backfield, back on either side, takes a snap, hands it off to motion man, right to left. Great job by that linebacker on the right-hand side. Guess who that is? Bennett Matthews coming up from his outside linebacker and blowing that play up before it got started for a 4-yard loss.
Another negative play. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Yeah, the play developed and Matthews was waiting for him right there. He ran right into his arms. Probably easiest tackle Bennett Matthews has made this year.
Shane Lynn on the carry there. Not much room for him to operate. 3rd and long. Perez, a back on either side. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap, looks left. Delivers out to the flat. It's complete. Close to the sideline. Well short of the first down. It's out beyond the 35. I think they'll mark him out of bounds at the 36. So it'll be 4th and 6. On their own 36.
Good pickup there for Goffstown. Not enough for a first, of course, but it looks like they may need to go through the air to make positive yards. Running plays have been going backwards for them so far. So 3 and out for the Grizzlies and getting ready to punt.
That's Jaden Perez back there. Kicks it, gets it off cleanly. Bennett Matthews fields it after 2 big hops at about the 35 and then nicely tackled. Great coverage downfield.
That was Shane Lynn.
Shane Lynn getting down there.
And that's after receiving a stiff arm from Matthews. That ball bounced right to Matthews cleanly. Then Matthews thought he was done with him with that stiff arm, but Shane did not give up on the play and he brought Matthews down. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're at the 39-yard line. They lead 7-0. 8:41 to go here in the first quarter.
Back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers out, 3 to the right-hand side, 1 to the left. Helton to the left of May in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands to Helton. He goes to the right side. He's out along the right end, has some room. He's got 10, 15, and he's forced outside. Out of bounds in Grizzlies territory at the 46, maybe 47-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give him the 47-yard line, so 13-yard gain there. Good start. Doesn't look like Brody's favoring his ankle at all, so either a magnificent tape job or his ankle is healed rather quickly.
We can imagine again that they'll limit him on the defensive side of the ball. Bulldogs have several athletes that can fill in and play linebacker in addition to Helton. May takes a snap here, looks left, delivers out to the flat, over the head and outstretched arms of Bennett Matthews. Incomplete, it'll be 2nd and 10.
Not the best thrown ball, might not have been the best target, but Matthews, he had Shane Lynn right on him. And even if he caught the ball, he wouldn't have been able to go very far, assuming that Lynn would tackle him right at the spot.
Just a quick hitch, 5 yards or so out to that left-hand side. I'm not quite sure why they spotted the ball where they did. Yeah, there they go. They're adjusting it. And it's still a yard off. They put it on the 46. Now we're on the 47. Right. We get it right. 2nd and 10. May, 2 receivers slot left.
2nd and 10.
2 receivers slot right. He has Helton to the right of him in the backfield. Takes the snap. Fakes to Helton up the middle. Out in the flat, He's got Westcott complete, ahead for 3 or 4 yards.
Westcott with the reception.
Trying to get him back on schedule here, but it'll still be 3rd and medium. It's like a 3-yard gain, so 3rd and 7 as they mark him on the 39. Excuse me, that's a 44.
Number 13 with the tackle.
May back to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to his left and 1 split to the right. Helton to his right. 3rd and 7. They hand it off to Helton. He goes left. Outside the left end, he has some room. Makes a cut back into the middle. And we do have a flag down. So this is likely coming back. Solid carry, about 15 yards, but there is a flag, and I'm guessing we have a holding call. That's what we see
right
from the
there.
trailing official.
It was Westcott going to get flagged for the hold.
There's a penalty in the play.
We'll bring it back. Flag is down at the 42-yard line. 10 yards from that spot.
So just want to let everybody know, especially our fans in Goffstown who are watching this broadcast, the roster they gave us is strictly the varsity football roster, which only has 27 names on it. But they brought a lot of JV and freshman players with them, and apparently they are playing. So we're going to be identifying players as number 13 or number 23 because we don't have their names. So we'll try to get them later, but we apologize.
3rd and 15 after the holding penalty, forcing the Bulldogs back. May sets up a screen down the middle. Helton's got it. He comes back to the left-hand side. It's complete. Now he's down the sideline. Goes out of bounds as he tries to preserve his health, but he does pick up enough yardage for the first down. Nicely designed play there.
Yeah,
nicely executed.
Helton's not really challenging or fighting for extra yardage here. He knows he's got the first down. He doesn't want to take a hit. He just gets out of bounds and takes what the defense gives him. But that penalty, no worse for wear. Bedford picks up the first down anyway. 7:02 to go here in the first. 7-0. Bulldogs lead their
Smart play
position again
by Helton to get out of bounds, and that's what Coach Matthews was talking about in our pregame interview there. Figuring out ways to protect his body, yet get first down yardage. Matthews out on the right side. About an 8-yard hitch. Stiff arm gets him additional yardage, and he's out of bounds in the red zone as he is pushed out of bounds at the 14 after a first down pickup. See there on the replay. Strong left arm, stiff arm, gets out there, takes on a few tacklers, and then goes out of bounds.
Matthews could qualify for one of those angry run awards that they give out on NFL Network.
Sure could. Love to see it. Hey, they're all trying to tackle you. You might as well deliver a blow while you're carrying the ball.
Dish out the punishment. Don't take it.
4 receiver set again for May. Winston Hune takes the carry right up the middle.
Good pickup right there.
Looks to be about a 7-yard carry for here.
That was Winston.
Yeah, when Helton went down last week, we saw a lot of Winston Hune and Eric Mullis coming in and filling in, doing a great job, and Coach Matthews wants to work them into the offense some more here to give Helton a break and to just give these young players more playing time, more experience. Run here.
So back on either side of May, he takes the snap, hands it off the left-hand side for positive yardage. That was Westcott on the carry, going over left tackle and ahead close to first down yardage.
They're going to mark him down at the 5-yard line. 3 yards to go?
Just shy there
about
first down.
Okay.
Yeah, first down yardage. So it'll be 3rd and about half a yard.
Gain of 2 in the play. Makes it 3rd down and 1.
So May has Helton in the backfield. Tight end is right. Trips bunch to the left-hand side. They'll give to Helton right up the middle. Breaks 2 tackles through and on his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Brody. Helton 5 yards. And the Bulldogs are up 13-0 with the extra point to come.
So with that, Helton is up to 8 touchdowns in 4 games. He averages 2 a game, so in only the first 6.5 minutes of this first quarter, he's already at his touchdown average.
Petrie ready for the extra point. Snap is back. The hold is down. Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. Bulldogs are up 14-0 with 5:24 to go in this first quarter.
You know, it's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Just go to wbnh.bedfordnh.org or to bedford1051.com, and you'll find a stream link at that website. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, Radio Garden. And if you have an Alexa device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1.
So 14-0, a little concerning on that extra point as we saw the replay. The Grizzlies' defensive line got some good penetration off the right guard area on that extra point attempt. If that continues, a big paw might get up there. The kick was somewhat lower than we've seen Petrie kicking, but all in all, no worries. It does go through the uprights, and the Bulldogs are ahead 14-0.
Yeah, Petrie's been perfect on extra points.
Man, why do you say
except
that?
For one. Well, no, he missed one. It was blocked. He had one blocked against Thornton Academy.
Petrie squibs it up the right-hand side. It's covered and smothered at the Goffstown 27. So they will start their second offensive possession on their own 27. Will they give them the 28? In between the two, we'll call it the 27.
Now, he's perfect in New Hampshire play, if you want to exclude the main game, which was considered technically an exhibition. It only counts as a tiebreaker. So Bedford really, as far as the NHIAA is concerned, they're only 2-0, not 3-0.
So back to the line of scrimmage with the offense. Jaden Perez turns, hands it off. Getting back to the original line of scrimmage, but not much more. On the carry was William Schmidt. So
looks like he picked up a yard.
Maybe a yard on the carry, so 2nd and 9. They do give him that 1 yard. Perez. Now with a back on either side. 2 receivers slot right. End is flexed to the left-hand side as a receiver. Perez takes the snap, looks to his right, pulls it down, and scampers. Breaks a few tackles. He's got enough for a first down. He's out beyond the 45, the 50, into Bedford territory at the 40, down to the 35. We'll see where they mark him out. Not quite to the 35, but great gain there by Perez. They'll mark him at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that's all effort on the part of Perez. He was surrounded in the backfield, pulled the ball down, was able to escape the rush, found a lane to the left, and picked up a big chunk of yards into Bedford territory, into the 38-yard line. It took Westcott to punch him out of bounds.
Good pocket awareness, too. He saw coverage downfield, didn't see anything he liked, pulled it down, and off he went. Man in motion, but they'll hand it off up the middle. Ahead for maybe a 2-yard gain.
They'll mark him at the 36-yard line.
Jurgen Gannon on that carry.
That was Jurgen Gannon with the carry.
So
2-yard gain. 2nd and 8.
How'd you like that big band version of Crazy Train?
How can you not like Ozzy? Come on, man.
Little Eye of the Tiger now, courtesy of the Bedford Band.
Grizzlies getting their formation set. Perez stacked up backs to the right-hand side. He'll keep it back to the left. Left end got collapsed there. Excuse me, the right end was collapsed by that defense. Perez gets ahead close to the first down. He'll be marked at the 31.
Yeah, he picked up 5 yards in that carry. He's going to need
2 or 3? Looks like 3
more. But so far, Perez has been the most effective offensive weapon for the Grizzlies with his feet and, of course, through the air. The one pass he threw was for pretty good yardage. So let's see if he can get back into the passing game.
Showing his athleticism as he punted as well. Through the air, on the ground, special teams. The senior quarterback doing it all for the Grizzlies. Stacked receivers, 3 of them to the right here. Perez is going to keep it again. Tries to pick his way through the middle, but the Bulldogs sniff it out early. And I believe he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 3.
Might have gone to the well once too often here. Tried to go up the middle this time with the run. The lead blocker really unable to open anything up. And we could see, number 26 is out there, Brody Helton, playing some linebacker. It's now 4th down and 3. Goffstown, of course, will go for it at the 31-yard line. A little too far for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, Helton there from his middle linebacker position. I'm sure that was a designed blitz package as he was coming off that tackle hole there, forcing Perez back into the middle. Perez now with a back on either side, slot left, tight right, takes the snap, pressure up the middle, has to pull it down, and he's sacked back outside the 40. On that rush is Alex Bissonette.
That was Alexander Bissonette with the sack.
Turnover on
Huge
downs.
loss and a turnover on downs, as you said.
The lead
right up the
blitzer
middle.
was Helton. He kind of set the play up, and then 51 finishes him off. So big loss there. About 8 yards. So that gives Bedford the ball on the 41, their own 41. 2:13 left here in the first quarter. Bedford already up 14-0. Let's see if they could add to their score.
2 receivers out right, 2 to the left, a back to the right of May. He takes a snap, looks down the middle, delivers out to the right-hand side, too far beyond the outstretched hands of Bennett Matthews. Matthews makes a valiant effort diving, but that was well out of his catch radius.
I really wasn't sure if he was going for Matthews or Elsmore. Elsmore was also running out there. Good coverage on that, though. Perez was watching Elsmore. Maybe that's why he went for Matthews.
3 defensive backs in that area for both Elsmore and Matthews vying for that. Those receivers looked somewhat close together. That's an unusual design. You try to keep them spaced out and give the quarterback some space to thread it in there.
But the pass was way off the mark, way over the head of Matthews.
Up back to the right is the 3rd receiver. May hands it to Helton. He goes off the right-hand side, fakes in, goes back out. He's got 1st down yardage, and then goes out of bounds, and then gets
that's going to be a flag. It should be.
Late there as he's going out of bounds. That's exactly what Coach Matthews wants him to do, but that's a tough hit as he was stepping out of bounds.
Yeah, he's well out of bounds, and he gets hit on the knee there by...
Yeah, I'm not sure he was well out of bounds. It's tough to tell from over here. Perhaps that last step was inbounds, and that was a knee shot right there. It's a good thing that Helton's foot was off the turf, so it made for an awkward landing, but no worse for the wear. 1st down, Bulldogs on the Grizzlies' 44-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 out to the left. Hune behind May in the backfield in the pistol. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Hune right up the middle. He's ahead for 4 yards down to the 40. Now they'll mark him at the 41, 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
And Helton's coming right back into the game. I guess Coach Matthews wanted to see if Helton was okay after that shot.
Seemed like it was worse up here than it was for him down there on the field. And again, he is now to the right of May. Slot right, split end left, a back on either side of May, who's in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Helton up the middle. He breaks it out to the left-hand side. He's got some room, gets out to the sideline, avoids another tackle.
Oh.
And then he kicks the defender. The referee didn't see that, but we sure did.
Shane Lynn grabbing him, another shoestring tackle. Now that was more of a legit tackle than the last one. You know, it was inbounds when he made contact with him, but Helton took exception and gave him a little shove with his leg. And no flags thrown, so I guess tit for tat there.
All's fair in love and war in football, apparently. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line for the Bulldogs offense. I think that's just Helton getting frustrated. He's trying to protect himself. In the last 2 plays, he's been going out of bounds and still taking hits. So not feeling too generous at that point in time.
Yeah, and Helton is out now and Hune's in.
Hune to the left of May. He'll take the carry off to the right-hand side, gets beyond the right end, and then a flag comes in late.
We'll see what that is.
Area holding near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Hune was trying to get to the outside edge and trying to see who the block was. That was Ellsmore. He might get flagged there. Yep, Ellsmore's the guilty party.
Jurgen Gannon did a great job of forcing Hune backwards as he got good penetration into the backfield. And we're going to see a block in the back instead of a holding call. That flag was thrown at the 19-yard line, so the Bulldogs offense will march backwards. Still be 1st down.
Congratulations to the girls soccer team on their 6-0 win last night at Memorial. The team is now
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so let's see, it'll be about 1st and 17 for the Bulldogs on the 32.
Yeah, they got to get to the 15-yard line for the first.
1st down at 17.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Helton behind May. May takes the snap, hands it off to Helton right up the middle. He's hit early, falls forward for a marginal gain. We'll call it 3 yards. Maybe only 2.
2nd down, 14 coming up here for the Bulldogs.
Under a minute to go here in the 1st quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 14-0. Trying to get back on schedule after that block in the back penalty. It's 2nd and 15.
Noah Casamacino comes into the game for Bedford, taking the place of Dustin Westcott.
May with help to his right. 2 receivers right, 2 left. He's in the shotgun. Casamacino goes in motion, and they sniff that out quickly. The Grizzlies get good penetration and catch Casamacino for a loss. That's Max Cody on the tackle for loss.
Yeah, the Grizzlies have been making some good defensive plays today. Of course, Bedford has negated those with some big gains, but right there is an example of playing some tough D and putting Bedford way behind the sticks when we come back for the 2nd quarter. Bedford's going to be looking at a 3rd and 18, but they do have a 14-0 lead here after the 1st quarter.
Boys soccer improved to 7.
So fireworks to start, Harry. The fumble on the opening kickoff return. Bedford capitalizes just 3 plays later.
They are back in action.
And then the turnover on the 3 and out quickly for the Grizzlies put the Bedford Bulldogs offense back on the field. They were able to march down and scored their 2nd touchdown. Both running touchdowns by Helton, a 2-yard run and a 5-yard run.
On the road at Keene.
Puts the Bulldogs up 14-0 as we end the 1st quarter.
Started off the short season in great fashion.
Let's talk about some other Bulldog sports, some successes we've had. Congratulations to the bass fishing team, earning the top seed in the state qualifier yesterday at Lake Winnipesaukee, bringing in a bag over 21 pounds. They will be the top seed next Saturday state championship also, actually at Lake Winnisquam. So congrats to the bass fishermen. And
some big fish.
The golf team, well, I think it's a total of 21
Right,
pounds.
sure, that's a big fish.
The golf team started off their season in great fashion, going 13-1 in their matches. Their next one coming up Tuesday at Stonebridge, which is in Goffstown. So good luck to the golf team having another great year.
Of the 3rd quarter. Thank you for
ready to start the 2nd quarter.
Share.
Bulldogs facing a 3rd and 18. They get the chains reset. They need to get down to the 15-yard line for a 1st down. May has help to his right. Slot left, slot right.
3rd down.
Possibly could see one of those middle screen plays again, maybe a wide receiver screen. Help goes in motion out to the right. It is that wide receiver screen back to the left. Catching it and running. This is Suazo. He's got enough for a first down. Looks to get to the pylon, and he's in. Touchdown, Bedford. Peter Suazo getting after it.
With the reception.
33-yard touchdown play by Peter Suazo on a 3rd and 18. He got 18, and he got much more, getting all the way into the end zone.
So every time Bedford gets in trouble in field position, either a penalty or a sack, and they're way behind the sticks, they pull out something that just erases that deficit immediately, and this one turns into a touchdown. 3rd and 18 is pretty tough. No problem. The bubble screen to Peter Suazo, and he runs for 33 and a touchdown.
Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. Petrie puts the Bulldogs up 21-0 after the first play of this second quarter. Blocking looked a lot better at the line of scrimmage on that extra point attempt. Shored up a few things with that blocking scheme and made it a much easier attempt for Petrie. So 21-0, the Bulldogs are cruising early.
No score between Dover and Timberlane. The Battle of Nashua going on tonight, South versus North. And South with the 13-10 lead there. North has yet to win a game. You know, they started out the season the number 6 ranked team in the state, and they're 0-3 right now. So they're trying to turn things around. And with the new playoff format, with 13 teams making it, even starting 0-3, you've got a chance to make the postseason. So it's not over even at 0-3 for Nashua North.
Sam Chapman deep to receive, as well as number 13. Unfortunately, we don't have him on our roster. Squib kick to the right-hand side. That will likely go out of bounds, and it does. So the Grizzlies will start out at their own 35.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of extra players beyond the varsity roster that we have. I think 13 must be one of their JV players. So we apologize. We're trying to find out the name.
So the Grizzlies back on the offensive side of the ball. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Bulldogs again in their 4-man front. Perez is under center. 3 receivers bunched to the right-hand side. A back behind him in the backfield and 1 split to the left. Reverse pivot, toss sweep to the right-hand side. Blown up early. That's William Schmidt on the carry. That'll go for a loss. His forward progress takes him back to the 33-yard line, but that's still a loss of 2. 2nd and 12.
And Alex Bissonette was right there to slow things down. Finally got a name on number 13, Mason Bissonette. No, I'm sorry, Mason Leclerc. Mason Leclerc is the name of number 13.
Back under center, reverse pivot, handoff off the left-hand side, ahead for a decent yardage here, ahead for an 8-yard gain. That was Schmidt again on the carry.
Tackle was made by Ellie Nazer.
Nazer on the stop for the Bulldogs.
That brings up 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5 coming up for the Grizzlies. They only have 1 first down in this game. Long run by Perez.
A back on either side of Perez, tight left, slot right. He takes the snap, he hands it off. I believe that's Schmidt again, getting close to first down yardage. I believe he's beyond the 45, and that should be a first down, moving the chains for the Grizzlies.
Just power running there by 33.
That might go for a first down.
Good second effort there, too. He took contact about 2 or 3 yards shy of that first down marker. Second effort got him beyond the 45. And the Grizzlies have a first down. Back on either side of Perez. Slot right. Flexed end to the left. Shotgun snap. Keeper here by Perez. Avoids the first tackler, gets away. Now he's going to cut it back in the middle, go all the way back across the formation. A good hustle coming back. Making that tackle on the hustle play.
That was Brennan Krause coming back. Krause was the one who initially missed the tackle, and he gets up off the ground and finishes the job after several other Bulldogs couldn't bring Perez down.
It's that backside pursuit, didn't give up on the play. Was down on the ground after not quite tackling him the first time, but got a second crack at him. All that running for a 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Just
Perez
under
again.
9 minutes to go here in the half. Bulldogs are up 21-0.
Perez under center, hands it off up the middle. That's Schmidt again, off the left guard. 2 yard gain out to the 48.
You're watching Bedford football on BCTV and listening to WBNH LP Bedford 105.1, Bedford 105.1 Radio, your home for Bedford Bulldog sports and New Hampshire's alternative.
Again, Corey Munster-Tiger and Bob Payne here with me.
Bob Payne.
That's Harry Kozlowski's
Big Bob Payne.
old radio handle, as we found out at the top of the broadcast.
Coming at you with the hits.
I love it.
Big Bob Payne.
3rd and 7 for the Grizzlies here. Perez in the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched to the right. A back to his right in the backfield. That's Schmidt. Perez takes it, hesitates quickly off the snap, tries to get out to the right-hand side, but the Bulldogs defense is there and they force him out of bounds. It'll be 4th down and 6 or 7 depending on the mark.
Well, as soon as he got the ball, Perez had Camden Santos and Brendan Krause in the backfield with him, and he did a lot just to get away from those two. Got some positive yards out of it. 4th and 6, 7:57 to play in the half, and I'm sure the Bulldogs, or the Grizzlies, I should say, are going to punt it here.
Maybe not, though. Coach Matthews took a timeout. He wasn't quite sure. He made some personnel substitutions, then looked over. Wasn't quite sure if they were going to be in a punt formation on 4th and 7 at midfield. So he took a timeout just to be sure. Likely will be a safe kind of call, as the defense might send one back for a punt return, but play a regular defensive front otherwise. 7:57 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs are ahead 21-0.
South over North 20-10 right now in the second quarter.
Portsmouth Oyster River over Manchester Memorial 7-6.
And that's a team we're going to be facing later this season.
Well, there's an odd score. Wyndham 2-0. They're leading.
That is football, right?
That is football. It says D1 football. So the safety, clearly, the only way you can get only 2 points. Very unusual football score of 2-0. So 4th and 7, this is not a punt formation. Perez has slot left, tight right, a back on either side. He's in the gun. Takes the snap, looks to his left. Delivers out deep to the left-hand side. It is over the head of his intended receiver. That was Jaden Hastings out in the route. Coverage back there by Javon Georges. And that ball sailed over the head of both. So it will be a turnover on downs.
And that is the second one of the night for the Bedford Bulldogs, being able to force a turnover on 4th down for the Grizzlies. They will take over in Goffstown territory at the 47-yard line. Our next broadcast coming up, field hockey, Monday, the 30th of September against Exeter. That's a 6:30 start, and you'll see it on BCTV channels 8 and 1072.
Slot right Split left, a back on either side of May. He takes the snap, hands it off. Casamassino comes from the left side all the way to the right side. Flag is down in the backfield, so this is likely coming back on account of a hold.
Well, it looked like Casamassino had the back of his jersey pulled. Not quite a horse collar, but I wonder if the official could construe it that way. Here, watch this. Right there. No, I guess it's more on his back.
Shirt tail tackle there.
Yeah, so that's not a penalty.
The Bedford offense is marching backwards. They will mark it off. Seemed like it was a holding call there.
Back
Pretty
to
much
their own
right
43.
at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was held
right there, yeah. Saw that right at midfield getting a little too much of that shoulder pad. The defender falling down, so holding call puts the Bulldogs at 1st and long. Looks to be about 1st and 20. May has trouble with the snap. Throws it up in the middle. Finds his man.
Wow.
Somehow. Matthews is in the right place at the right time. That's a dangerous pass there. Late over the middle is always dangerous.
Yeah, very much so. Watch this.
Somehow it just ends up in Matthews' hands there.
He was on the verge of being tackled when he let that ball go. I don't know if he was just throwing it in the general direction of Matthews, hoping he could come up with the ball.
So a broken play on a bobbled snap leads to an 8-yard completion. You don't see that every day. 2nd and 12, right at midfield. Two receivers
Looks
to
like
the right,
an offsides jump there.
to the left. And that looked like it was the nose guard getting a little too antsy there.
Number 61, we don't unfortunately have a name with number 61. We'll try to get that.
Bulldogs get 5 yards easy.
Offsides against Goffstown.
They march it ahead to the 45.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 from the 45. 6:52 to go in this first half. Bulldogs ahead 21-0. May with two receivers right and left. Rolls to the right. Looks to deliver downfield, has some time. Now gets wrapped up and he'll get sacked.
James Kutu with the big tackle.
James Kutu with the quarterback sack.
Nice job by Kutu getting in there, wrapping up,
Loss on the play.
and pulling down May for the loss. 3rd and 14 now for the Bulldogs. Yardage to gain is the Goffstown 38.
15.
This drive started on the Goffstown 48, and the Bulldogs have gone backwards here. May has two receivers slot right, two receivers in a slot left formation. Helton goes in motion out to the left flat. They're going to get Suazo coming back on the wide receiver screen, picks his way through the middle, and he's ahead for 1st down yardage. Gets wrapped up at about the 35, but not before he picks up a 1st down. Went back to the well with Suazo. Ripped through a couple of tackles on his way out and down to a 1st down at the 35-yard line.
Another big 3rd down conversion on long yardage. And we have a name now with that number 61 for Bedford Goffstown is Tyler Cesorio. Nose tackle.
Goffstown 35.
1st down Bulldogs, just inside the 35. Two receivers right, two left. Helton goes in motion out of the backfield. He's in the right flat. Goes and leaps for the ball. Tries to catch it just out of his reach. And he had coverage by two people out there. Helton was well covered there.
And that pass was a little too far ahead of Helton. And there's been a couple of passes that have just been a little off today by May. And that was a dangerous throw, too, because there was a collision right head upon head with Tyler Simard, number 8.
Shane Lynn was out there as well.
And Simard helped Helton up and kind of gave him a tap on the shoulder, making sure he was okay. But that could have been a much worse situation.
3 receivers to the right, 1 split end to the left. May takes a snap, hands it off to Helton, picks his way to the left side of the line. He's got some room, First down and more. He's down inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 16, first down for the Bulldogs.
Great run there, shift to the left. Sprung Helton as he has that great vision, able to find the seams in the defense. He takes it all the way down to the 16 for first down, 1st and 10.
He got right to the line of scrimmage, saw the hole out to his left, so was able to break down and dance out to the left-hand side. Quite a bit of space out there for Helton to get that first down. 4:45 and counting here in the second quarter. Bulldogs have ahead 21-0, and they're back in the red zone. May takes a snap, fakes it to Helton, out in the right flat. Westcott can't bring it down, it's incomplete.
That was kind of a tough catch. I mean, it was a little bit high. I think Westcott expected to make that catch, but it was a little bit tricky.
Tough angle there too. He's running away from the quarterback. He comes back. Ball was high above his head. Had to outstretch a bit. Did get his hands on it, but not in stride. So it is incomplete and 2nd and 10. So this Bulldogs offense has had some struggles. They've gone forward and backwards, but it hasn't yet hurt them too badly.
Yeah, I can't say this has been a really smooth performance on offense.
May takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pulls it back down, delivers. Pass is complete to Matthews. He's down close to the goal line. Not in, no signal for a touchdown, but we do have a flag in the backfield, so not quite sure what that'll be. Usually in the area of holding there.
And you are correct. It is another hold on Bedford. So penalties really setting the team back. I mean, you wouldn't know it by the score, 21-0, but Bedford's had to overcome those. There it is. I didn't catch the number, but you could see the tackle on the defensive player right there. You know, Bedford has had to work extra hard here just to overcome these penalties. You're playing an opponent and you're playing your own mistakes.
That looked like a tough call there, honestly. I believe it was Bissonette that got called for the hold there, but again, I'm not sure. Tough to tell from up here, but looked like he might have gotten a tough call there. 2nd and 20 on the 26-yard line for the Bulldogs, heading in Grizzlies territory.
Long yardage, no problem. Hold my Gatorade.
2nd and 20.
May takes a snap, looks to the right-hand side, delivers deep to the outside, looking for the post corner. We're going to get a flag here, late hit, as the ball was well over Matthews' head. And Perez will get called for a personal foul, late hit.
Another off pass here. Matthews and...
Yeah, that's clearly a foul there. 2 or 3 steps after the ball, sailed over his head, a little cheap shot there, and that gets called. The officials take care of it. Matthews has a little something to say afterwards. And we'll have a timeout. The officials will talk things over, but that should be a 15-yard penalty, personal foul, and an automatic first down. We'll see what they say.
At the very least, it should be half the distance. They should get the ball on the 13-yard line with a fresh set of downs. But I'm a little concerned about May today. Him and Matthews have been kind of off. Haven't been able to find each other on the field. You know, May just keeps sailing the passes over to him.
True. You know, they've had a great air attack throughout the first 3 games of this year. A couple of throws here have been just a touch high. You prefer them going high and outside instead of short and possible, you know, interceptions. So.
Well, that one to Helton, that was a really dangerous play because Helton stretched out for it and could have gotten injured colliding with the defender, who was also going for the ball. No hesitation there by the officials throwing that flag.
Yeah,
two
officials all over, the back judge and the near side linesman, both throwing the flag for that foul. Coach Matthews talking it over with the officials. I'm sure he's chatting about the 2 calls that were somewhat iffy, and no flags were thrown on Helton as he was going out of bounds early in that first quarter. And now we get a personal foul here. So the officials will try to keep things within the bounds of normal football play. They don't want to get too crazy and have cheap shots come out left and right. 3:57 to play in the second quarter. Again, the Bulldogs ahead 21-0. They will mark it off. Personal foul on the defense.
Personal foul against Goffstown.
They'll mark it ahead.
They do put it on the 13.
Ball is on the 13. They don't move the chains though, so
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Yeah, I would think that would be an automatic first, don't you think?
Probably not at the high school level.
2nd down and 7.
Probably one of those unique instances where it's not an automatic first down. Either way, 2nd and 7 after that 15-yard penalty. May takes the snap. He looks right, delivers, slants to Matthews. He's got first down yardage down at the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs.
Bennett Matthews.
Matthews, you can see him stacked to the outside of this triple bunch in the right here. Goes out, just sits down right in that soft spot of the zone. Little 5-yard hitch route, sets up shop, and May delivers it right on the numbers.
Yes, right on the money this time. So first and goal here, 3:43 to play in the first half. Bulldogs with a 21-0 lead, looking to add to it here.
That play was good for a first down. Bedford ball, first and goal from the 5.
Trips stacked and bunched to the left side, flexed end to the right. May takes a snap, hands to Helton. He goes off the left-hand side, 5 yards, and he's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Bedford. That was Brody Helton taking it in from 5 yards out.
So Helton's 3rd touchdown on the game.
And his 9th on the year.
A 52-yard touchdown drive there. Again, the Bulldogs had some forward and backwards on there. Some penalties that brought them backwards, a penalty that brought them forwards. And they cap it off on that 5-yard run. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, it looks good. It is good. The Bulldogs are ahead 28-0.
Conversion kick was
3:18 left here in the first half.
Another broadcast we've got coming up this week. Of course, we mentioned field hockey on Monday at 6:30. It'll be girls soccer Thursday against Pinkerton Academy. That's on October 2nd at 7 p.m. a Thursday evening. 7 p.m. kickoff on BCTV channels 8 and 1072. And then Football Friday returns right here at Bedford High Stadium on the 4th of October against the Tomahawks of Merrimack. 7 p.m. kickoff. That'll be, of course, on BCTV 8 and 1072, as well as here on Bedford 105.1.
BCTV.
Keeping you busy, Harry.
It is a very busy fall this year. We are doing more sports than I think we've ever done before.
Is the Grand Poobah paying you some overtime this fall? I hope so. Bill Jennings on camera upstairs. I hope he's digging into that town wallet of his. No. He's noticeably quiet over here. I won't say any more on that topic. Harry, we appreciate it. The listeners appreciate it. The viewers appreciate it.
We do it for listeners.
Of course. Andrew Fenn, of course, producer, director over here to my left. We appreciate everything he's done.
Producing on site. He's on site.
He is, yeah.
Back in the studio.
We love it. Dale Jones back in the studio doing replays.
Oh, you're cold?
That.
Are you cold? I got a coat for you.
Petrie kicks it off short and right. It bounces at the 25, scoots back to the 20 where it is fielded by the Grizzlies. Return for about 7 or 8 yards. That's Sam Chapman.
That was Samuel Chapman with the return.
And the Bulldogs special teams does a nice job of keeping the Grizzlies back inside the 30. Grizzlies will start out this next offensive possession. I guess they'll mark it right at the 30-yard line.
Bulldogs still have 2 timeouts here. 3:13 to play. We'll see if Coach Matthews decides to call a few of those timeouts if he thinks he can get the ball back for one more possession. Don't forget the Bulldogs do get the ball to start the second half, so why not double dip?
At their own 30.
Perez with a back on either side of him in the shotgun. 2 receivers right. He'll hand it to Schmidt. Schmidt goes to the right-hand side of the line. rumbles ahead for maybe a yard gain. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
William Schmidt with the carry.
Stay tuned for the halftime show. The Bedford Bulldogs marching band and color guard will take to the field.
Gain of 2 in the play.
Bring you some tunes.
2nd and 8.
Yeah, we'll take a little break on the radio side, then come back for the marching band performance.
2nd and 9 for the Grizzlies. They come back to the line of scrimmage. Perez will be under center. 2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 split to the left now. The guy on the left needs to get up on the line of scrimmage. He's in motion. Schmidt off the left-hand side, in between the guard and tackle, ahead for a 2-yard gain.
On the carry.
They mark him at the 34-yard line.
And the clock continues to run. It's now 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Matthew Ben.
And no indication that Bedford's going to use their timeouts here.
Gain of 2 in the
Decent
play.
crowd here tonight.
Makes it
Goffstown didn't have to travel far. Their cheerleaders are on site. A lot of parents in the stands. And again, as you mentioned a couple times, it's a beautiful night here from a weather standpoint. Reached up close to the 70s today. During the day, it was about 65 at kickoff. Perez with the 3rd and 6 takes the snap. Looks over the middle. He's going to pull it down, try to run as the pocket collapses, and he's going to get sacked.
Let's see if the timeout is used here.
Perez with the
Javon Georges came up.
Tackle made by Javon Georges.
Sure-handed tackle there. The timeout is taken, and the Bulldogs want to force the Grizzlies to punt on this 4th and 7.
By Bedford.
So a minute and 20 to go. Maybe get it back with about a minute and 12, and they have 1 timeout to work with.
And Perez has been doing the punting too. Talented athlete, but not a truly dedicated punter. So Bulldogs are hoping to get decent field position to start this last drive of the half.
Anytime you have a quarterback as your punter, you got to really be paying attention to that fake.
True, true. See, Merrimack and Keene are tied at halftime. Nashua South 20-10 over North at halftime. 28-0 is your score here.
Exeter 14-12 over Winnicott. Now Exeter, that's a surprisingly close score between those two schools. Exeter's having a fabulous season.
Winnicott has started strong too. Perez takes a snap. Step to his right, he punts it out. Matthews.
Way out of bounds. We'll see the way they mark that. That one, the band could have caught that.
They sure could. That was a good punt, but his angle took it out of bounds to the right. And now they're going to mark it at midfield. So the Bulldogs will have half a field to go with 1:14. Good guess on that. You said 1:12.
Bulldogs will start this drive at midfield.
Let's see how their 2-minute offense looks. Looking for those outs. They do have 1 timeout to work with. Working the sidelines, clearly working the pass game. Grizzlies seem to be in a normal type defense, no prevent style. Sending people deep. May takes the snap, looks out to the right. Here's Helton. He catches a swing pass. He's ahead for just about 3 yards, positive yardage, and stops the clock. Only 6 seconds off the board on that play.
Picked up 3 yards on that play, and you can see that Helton is really making decisions, as they say. He's avoiding contact, got out of bounds before anybody got near him. He took a lot of shots today.
And we heard Coach Matthews talk about it. I'm sure that all of the coaches were harping on him throughout the week in practice. Be smart, be intelligent. Take the hits when you have to, but don't take the hits when you don't have to. May back in the gun. Takes a snap. He looks to his right, now over the middle, dumps it down. Casamassino with the catch. It's complete. He gets out of bounds near sideline, and it's a first down.
Noah Casamassino.
They'll mark him at the 35-yard line. First down, Bulldogs. 1:02 to go, and the clock stops as Casamassino gets out of bounds. Nice job on that crossing pattern from the left side to the right.
And there was pressure on May on that one.
Balls at the Grizzlies,
the
35-yard
Goffstown rush. I think it was Max Cote who was closing in on May, forcing him to make that throw quickly. Luckily, he was right on the money.
4 receiver set again for May in the gun. He takes the snap, looks to the right, delivers it to the sideline. Matthews complete, gets out of bounds. 4 yards.
4 yards.
With the reception.
And a stop clock.
Wrestled out of bounds.
Mark him at
by
the 31.
Lynn.
Make that the 32, so it's a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3 in the play makes it 2nd and 7.
56 seconds to go in the first half as the Bulldogs work this 2-minute drill. 28-0 is your score. Just before halftime here, the Bulldogs have had their way. 3 touchdowns by Helton, 1 by Suazo. And May takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks deep down the left-hand side. He's got a man. He's got a catch. He's got an incompletion.
That pass was incomplete.
Suazo was there. Looked like he pulled it down, but the officials call it incomplete. We couldn't quite see it as the ball bounced away from Suazo.
Might have had the ball knocked out of his hands here.
I'm sure
Yes,
it was. Great defensive play. That was 13, Mason Leclerc on the defensive play in the backfield there. Nice job by the corner. Good ball. Suazo was there, got 2 hands on it, and Leclerc just made a play. Great job by that defender.
So 3rd and 7 now, 48.7 to go. Bulldogs still have their timeout. And you figure they have 2 chances here to make that first down.
Sure. This is 4 down territory. The opponent's 32-yard line, far too far for a kick. It'll be a 50-yarder from here. You're not going to punt. May takes the snap, looks to his left. Wide receiver screen to Matthews. Dodges 2 defenders and then gets stacked up. He will get back to the line of scrimmage.
Clock
the Bulldogs will have to take a timeout here. And they do.
Made by Maxwell Cody.
That bubble screen, Goffstown saw it. They read it.
No gain on the play.
Had 3 defenders waiting for Matthews when he caught the ball. He had nowhere to go. So 4th down, 7. No gain on the play. We'll see what they come up with here for a call.
Timeout called by Bedford.
You called it there, though. The bubble screen worked the first couple times, and even though they changed the personnel, they were onto him. And Matthews was athletic enough to get back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 7.
While we've got a moment, let's talk about becoming a high school official. You know, officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of games that we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have a chance to make a difference in their communities right away. If you'd like to be a high school official, learn more by visiting the NHIAA website, NHIAA.org.
Again, we appreciate everybody tuning in from around the country. Folks from all across the states, from Arizona to Vermont to right here in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, families tuning in from all over.
4th and 7.
May in the gun, takes the snap. He looks to his right, delivers out to the right-hand side. He's got his man, he's got a completion. Landon Elsmore, touchdown.
Touchdown, Bedford.
Beautiful play there.
33-yard strike to Elsmore. You can see him lined up as the split end. Just an easy out pattern, 15 yards and out.
Perfectly
bends it out.
He outran 2 defenders. And the ball perfectly placed after we were harping on May for being a little off on his throws. He's made a couple of perfect ones, including that one right there for a touchdown.
Great catch by Elsmore too. Hands out and away from the body. Caught it with his hands. Tucked it in and ran the rest of the way. Nice call, nice execution for the Bulldogs. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, it looks good. It is good. And Petrie puts the Bulldogs up 35-0 with 31.7 seconds left here in this first half.
You know, I've got to wonder how much longer Coach Matthews will keep his starters in the game. This is an opportunity to give some of his backup, much like May had some time to get some experience on the field from Dan Black when he was sat down, and when there was a score that was lopsided. You might see May take a seat, Boschman come in, take a couple snaps, maybe see Hune and the other running back.
Eric Millis.
Millis, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure, certainly. If nothing else, I can't imagine Brody Helton touching the field in the second half.
He did his job. He got 3 touchdowns in this game. All carries, short yard carries, 2, 5, and 5 yards. Maybe he hasn't had the big run, but considering he's coming off an ankle injury, it might be worth to stash him for the second half. He took a couple of big hits.
So Petrie will kick it off from the 40-yard line. He's been kicking it short and right each time Chapman has been fielding these kicks. Here's the approach. This time he'll squib it right down the middle. Couple of bounces. This time it's Leclerc. He takes the ball and gets wrapped up inside the 25-yard line. Looks like at about the 23.
Tackle made by
just 26 seconds left on the clock. And like I said, we're going to be bringing you the Bedford High Band's performance at halftime, both on TV and radio. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
This Grizzlies offense has had struggles here in the first half. 2 punts, 2 turnovers on downs. Jaden Perez has been their shining star, but he can't do it on his own with this athletic defense. 4 receivers set for Perez. He takes the snap. He looks to his left, out to the near sideline here, over the head of the receiver and the coverage. Leclerc out in the pattern, and Suazo looking to pull down another interception for him on the season.
Mason Leclerc.
But that ball is well over the head of both intended receiver and coverage man. 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies. Perez brings the Grizzlies back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
4 receivers set again, slot right and slot left. Back in the backfield to his right. He takes the snap. He looks right, sees pressure right away. He's going to pull it down and run off the right-hand side. He's ahead for first down yardage and then steps out of bounds.
That was Jaden Perez.
Close to the 35.
Carry. That run
And
good for first down.
They will stop the clock and move the chains.
And Perez showing some of that athleticism. He was able to escape the pursuit of Brennan Krause and then ran his way for first down. Just 12.2 seconds to go here, though. They're going to have to go the Hail Mary route, at the very least.
Well, you probably could get at least 2 plays in here. Ball's on their own 34-yard line, so they do have quite a ways to go. 3 receivers stacked to the right-hand side. Schmidt to the left of Perez. He gets pressure, pulls it down, and now delivers deep on that right-hand side. He's got his man, and it's complete. Big gain of yards, complete out to Tyler Samard, deep into Bedford territory at the 27-yard line. And there are 2.3 seconds left.
So what do you do here? Can you go for the end zone? It would be, you're at the, the 27-yard line. And let's see, if it was a field goal attempt, you'd be kicking one from 45 yards.
So I don't know what kind of leg they have back there. I did not see too much of the warm-up, so I'm not quite sure of the kicks. But they do have 27 yards to go here, and
2 kickers on the roster.
3 seconds. So
they have Trevor Spofford, number 18, and they also have McKenna Kelly, number 10.
Either way, a 45-yard kick is no joke at the high school level. I'm guessing they will send receivers to the end zone and try a little Doug Flutie, Gerard Phelan play. A little throwback there for you, Harry.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you knew Doug Flutie, but did you know Gerard Phelan?
I do, because that play is legendary.
Okay, good. I appreciate your local
beat
lore.
the U.
They did. They did. What a day.
Actually, Boston College is having a pretty good year this year.
They sure are. couple good wins early in the season. The Grizzlies are lining up, ready to go for it here.
3 receivers. Oh, maybe they have 4. Leclerc came back to Perez just to get some instructions here. So it's a wide set, 4 receivers.
2 right, 2 left. Schmidt to the left, now to the right of Perez. Looks like the Bulldogs are threatening to come, and they do come on the blitz. They come hard and they wrap up Perez. The ball comes out. It is down.
That was a sack.
Recovered by Schmidt. So the Bulldogs will end the first half on a sack. Nice job by the defense recovering after giving up a big play, getting inside their own territory, but they will end the first half of play. 35-0 is your score. We'll take a break and join you for second half action on the other side of halftime. Please enjoy the Bedford Bulldogs Marching Band and Color Guard. We'll join you shortly.
The Bedford High School Marching Band and Color Guard is proud to present their 2024 halftime show, The Grand Illusion, the Music of Sticks. The band is under the direction of Matthew Bruneau, Assistant Director Tom Salyers, and Color Guard Instructor Maria Rosato. The drill designer is Elliot Frank. The drum majors are Ella Andry, Naomi Akirov, and Eric Fournier. The drum captain is Joel Matthew, and the color guard captains are Tabitha Arp and Genevieve Gerton. Join us as we embark on a mystical journey where reality bends and dreams come alive.
Our adventure begins in a small town with a discovery that will change everything. Guided by glimpses of their destiny, our travelers peer into the crystal ball of fate. Visions of hope and challenge shimmer before them as they navigate through dreams and desires, forging their path forward. Beyond the shimmering visions lies a city of metal and mirrors, where the mind is tested and the soul is challenged. Here, the battle between man and machine unfolds as our heroes seek to free themselves from the grip of illusion. At the edge of the world, a majestic ship awaits to carry them across uncharted waters. As they sail away, they leave behind the illusions of the past, journeying towards a horizon filled with promise and new beginnings.
marching band with their Music of Sticks performance for the halftime. Welcome back to Bedford High Stadium, and we're ready for second half action here in just a bit. Players are stretching out on the field. We'll have the kickoff momentarily, and Corey Muscatiger has a recap of scoring from the first half.
I sure do. First of all, we'd like to thank again the Bedford Bulldogs marching band and color guard for that halftime performance. And we'd like to thank the Bedford Bulldogs football team for that first half performance. 35-0 is your score at halftime. Scoring started on a 2-yard touchdown run by Brody Helton just 27 seconds into this game, putting the Bulldogs up 7-0. After a 3-and-out, the Bulldogs marched down the field for another Brody Helton touchdown run, this time 5 yards, putting the Bulldogs up 14-0. A turnover on downs gave the ball back to the Bulldogs at the end of the first quarter, leading into the second quarter. Peter Suazo was able to cap that off with a 33-yard touchdown catch, putting the Bulldogs up 21-0. Brody Helton had another 5-yard touchdown run to put the Bulldogs up 28-0, and then Landon Elsmore, right before the halftime, with just 31 seconds left in that second quarter, had a 33-yard touchdown catch to put the Bulldogs up 35-0.
And speaking of Landon Elsmore, he received that short kick from McKenna Kelly and returned it for 12 yards. Bulldogs start on their own 47.
Zach Petrie, a perfect 5 for 5 on PAT attempts. May, reverse pivot, gives to Helton. He picks his way through that line of scrimmage. Gets ahead for 4 or 5 yards. They mark him at the 48-yard line inside Grizzlies territory.
We wanted to mention McKenna Kelly. She is the kicker of the Goffstown Grizzlies. Kind of reminiscent of the days when Bedford had Maddie Lucantoni doing their kicking.
Lucantoni did a great job in that role for the Bulldogs. May back in the pistol, has Helton behind him. Casamassino goes in motion. They give to Helton. He goes off the left side, out beyond the left end, lowers his shoulder, stays in bounds. First down yardage at the Grizzlies' 42-yard line. You see Helton here at the end of the run puts his shoulder down and really tries to finish this run. I think he's a little tired of people diving at his ankles and knees.
Yeah, and that was
ran with some force there.
Mason Leclerc with the tackle attempt. Who's going to be lower on that? First down, though. A little surprised to see Helton out there. Now we're going to see some different running backs out there. Eric Millis.
Millis to the left of May. He'll get the handoff, take it to the right side. He's out off right tackle, ahead for first down yardage inside the 30. And the Bulldogs move the chains again. Millis shows a little pop of speed there.
Yeah, he is a speedster. He's a small running back, but he's got a lot of pep.
See on the replay, moved it out to the right-hand side, cut it up when he saw that hole open up just off tackle. And had about an 11 or 12-yard gain there, so they mark him at the 29-yard line, first down Bulldogs.
And Millis is going to stay out there.
3 receivers to the left of this formation, including an up back. One split out to the right, pass out to the left flat. It's Matthews and complete. He's ahead for 6 or 7 yards.
Matthews with the reception.
Tackled there by several Grizzlies players. Leading the charge was Tyler Samard.
Tyler Samard.
Saw Brody Helton speaking with Coach Matthews on the sideline. Not sure what they're discussing, but I would be willing to bet that that is it for Helton. He's done his job, and why not pack him up in styrofoam peanuts for next week?
I like the reference. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. No styrofoam peanuts for Jack May. He takes the snap, hands it off to Millis, goes off the right guard, picks his way ahead.
Got a flag here.
We do have a flag late.
That was Eric Millis.
And this might go up against Goffstown. I think it's going to be Logan Hebert. He's going to pick up a flag for an unsportsmanlike.
Connor Flaherty got up with his hands in the air, and he's actually going to get called for the hold. Let's see if we can see it here.
Hold
Flaherty.
or personal foul?
Oh, it's a personal foul. He dove on the player when he was on the ground. First of all, he popped him and put him on the ground and then tried to finish the block. It was the finishing the block that gave him that penalty. You see here on the play, he pulls from his left tackle position, and he popped Gannon, but then he dove on top of him. And
really kind of a nasty hit, went right for his helmet.
Yeah, that dive is not allowed, so we'll back him up. It's a personal foul, so they should go back 15. They're still sorting out where that spot should be. It was from the 30. I'm guessing this comes all the way to the 45.
Is that a spot foul? It's going to be a big move back because that happened behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, now we're marching back to where we were. The officials are a bit confused here. It should be, it was in the backfield, so it should actually be farther back from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, let's see.
We're getting a replay of the officials marching back because they're confused.
They still don't know where to put the ball. Could we get a replay again on that play?
I think the foul happened back at about the 35, so ideally you would think it would be marked at the 50.
They're going to mark him at the 44.
At the 44. So. Hey, here's the play again. So there's the foul. Happened about, I guess it's about
32. No, I'm sorry, the 27-yard line.
27.
Second down and long.
Second and long is the description we get here in the play in the press box.
Second and 24.
It is a long way. May turns around, he hands it off. Here's Millis off the left tackle. Gets out beyond the end. Stays in bounds, but he is out of bounds. Excuse me, will tackle on the ground at the 35-yard line.
So it turned out to be almost a 20-yard penalty.
Player on the ground, near side, in some pain, and they clear out some. And one of the players for the Grizzlies who was trying for the tackle is on the ground and in some pain there.
I think he's number 2, Sawyer Nault is the player.
Chasing it down from the backside. That was, Sawyer Nault, who looked like he was in some pain there. Near sideline, they cleared out pretty quickly.
Looked like they're working on his leg.
Waved in the trainers from the sideline quite quickly as they were backing up and giving him space. So they'll work on Sawyer. Hopefully he's okay, the sophomore defensive back and quarterback. Will take some time. Looked like he got rolled up. His ankle got caught under a player who was getting blocked, and that didn't look good.
While we've got a moment, let's talk about BCTV's live channels and on-demand content being available at your fingertips with the Bedford Community Television app, now available on Apple iOS and Android Play Store. Download the BCTV app to your phone today and enjoy all of our live and on-demand programming on your mobile device.
Players take a knee, get some drinks. He does get up. That's a good sign, but he's not going to put any pressure on that. They're going to look to try to carry him to the other side of the field. Looks to be a
his left ankle,
lower leg injury on the left-hand side.
Malden Catholic, by the way, defeats Concord 35-7. Dover leads Timberlane 28-21 with they just started the fourth quarter. Merrimack and Keene are tied at 13 at the end of 3. Nashua North pulling away, Nashua South, I should say, pulling away from Nashua North 34-10 at the end of 3. Memorial comes back 26-17 over Portsmouth Oyster River there in the third. And Exeter with a slim 17-12 lead over Winnicott with 6 left in the third. 8-0, Wyndham adds to that odd 2-0 score over Alvern. They're in the third. And Spalding and Edward Little of Maine showing no score at this moment. And then Manchester Central and Salem play tomorrow at 1.
I'm not sure if you saw, that was a feat of strength by one of the assistant coaches for the Grizzlies. Just picked up Sawyer Nault and helped him off, was cradling him in his arms for a good 30-yard stretch of that walk.
And 16 for Bedford.
Hope that's not too serious for Sawyer as he evaluates that injury. Bulldogs have a 3rd and 15. 2 receivers to the right, 2 left. They fake the handoff to Casamassino. Ball delivered deep over the middle. Trying to readjust was Matthews, but it's incomplete.
That's incomplete. That pass was
It'll be
intended
4th
for
and
Bennett
15.
Matthews. That brings up
After that personal foul
at 17.
penalty backed up the Bedford offense. Line.
May took a hit right as he let the ball go. Nothing illegal, but the defender was wrapping him up just as he let go of the ball.
A charging block has been delivered.
So let's see what it looks like they're going for, or maybe a quick kick here.
Yeah, we've seen Coach Matthews deploy the quick kick in the past. May will likely line up in the shotgun and then maybe take an extra 2 or 3 steps back. Millis is to his right, so possibly not. They look like they're going to go for it. We wouldn't want to have an up back right to his right foot, so they're going to go for it. Screen pass over the middle. It's dropped by Casamassino. It's incomplete. That will be a turnover on downs.
Intended for Noah Casamassino.
So the Bulldogs fail to score for the first time tonight.
By Carter Charest.
6:03, clock is running. It is run time with the 35-point lead in the second half. So the rest of this game should move rather quickly. And I really got to believe we're going to see some more backups coming out. You know, they did give Helton the seat and gave Millis some runs in that series. Maybe we'll see Parker Boschman come in at quarterback. We'll see what happens. Right now they're on defense. Goffstown, 1st and 10, 5:29 to play. They trail 35-0.
Jaden Perez under center. They hand to the motion man. He's out to the left-hand side. That is number 13, Leclerc. He's ahead for maybe a 2-yard gain. Upcoming schedule here for the Bulldogs. They play Merrimack at home next week, 7 p.m. We'll bring you that game right here on BCTV and WBNH. Then they host Pinkerton the following week, October 11th.
That will be a contest. By the way, Tamulovich had that tackle.
It normally is. And then they travel to Portsmouth Oyster River on Saturday the 19th for a 1:30 p.m. game. We will also bring you that game on TV and radio. Same play the other way. This time it's Shane Lynn coming left to right. Flag is down.
Flag is down, yep.
On the play.
Probably hold.
That was Shane
The
Lynn
37-yard line.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have 2 big challenges left on their schedule: Pinkerton Academy and Nashua South.
Nashua South, they will play here on October 25th, 7 p.m. start. Then they'll round out the season by traveling down to Keene on November 1st for a 6:30 p.m. start.
Always fun to visit Keene, lovely little town.
Holding penalty against Goffstown.
Beautiful town. Tough to broadcast from, as you have experienced there.
Yeah, the connectivity is not that great, although Andrew Fenn said I think they improved their coverage somewhat down by the stadium. We'll find out.
I saw an eyebrow raised there. We'll see. We'll see.
It's the we'll see. It's the who knows shrug. We'll find out.
2nd and 17 for the Goffstown Grizzlies. They get backed up after that penalty. Perez, a back on either side, slot left, tight right. Takes the snap, looks left. Pocket collapses. He tries to go up the middle, but then it collapses further. They're going to sack him back at the 25-yard line, where they go backwards again. Upcoming schedule for Goffstown. They play 2 home games in a row. Manchester Memorial next week, October 4th, Friday evening at 7
Memorial's
p.m.
actually pretty decent this year.
And the following week, the 11th, they host Nashua North. And then they will travel to Keene on that Saturday, the 19th, for that 1:30 kickoff. That's the next 3 for the Grizzlies.
3rd and 20 here. Clock running, 3:25 to play in the 3rd.
Perez under center, sends a man in motion left to right. Fake that, and they give it right up the middle. I believe that's Schmidt trying to barrel ahead for some yardage.
That was William Schmidt with the carry.
He gets 4 yards on the carry.
So
4 yards in a cloud of dust.
Despite the turnover on downs for Bedford, they are no worse for it. They are able to force Goffstown into a punting situation, gave them negative yards. In fact, they wound up losing 7 yards, or 6 yards, so 4th and 16. And now Bennett Matthews is back at his 30, awaiting a punt, courtesy of Perez.
Grizzlies getting the right personnel on the field.
Although it's interesting, they've got kind of a wide receiver lineup to the outside. I wonder if this is a fake. Nope.
Perez boots it. Near side, bounces at the 38-yard line in Bedford territory. Forward bounce, and it will be downed by Shane Lynn on the Bedford Bulldogs 33.
That was Jaden Perez with
Upcoming broadcasts on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Monday, the 30th of September, Exeter comes to BHS Stadium. 6:30 p.m. start for Bedford field hockey. That's on Monday. BCTV channels 8 and 1072. Girls soccer on Thursday, October 2nd. Pinkerton Academy will be the opponent. 7 p.m. the kickoff. BCTV 8 and 1072 once again. And of course, next Friday, the 4th, Merrimack, the Tomahawks here at BHS Stadium at 7 o'clock. That'll be on TV and radio for you.
As you were guessing, sophomore quarterback Parker Beauchemin is in. Reverse pivot, hands off to Eric Millis. He goes off the right-hand side of the line.
That was Eric Millis with the carry.
2-yard gain. I wonder if some linemen, too, are getting put in as well. If this is an opportunity for Coach Matthews to give a lot of different players some exposure.
Suazo and Flaherty and Sheff all trotting out after that first play of this drive. So a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Clock is running again based on the point spread at this point in time. Beauchemin, Millis behind him. Trips bunch to the right side of the line, flexed end to the left. Beauchemin, inside handoff. They get wrapped up pretty quickly.
Bryson Durso, the ball carrier, couldn't get away from the tackle of number 4, Logan Hebert.
Hebert shooting across that line of scrimmage for the tackle for loss.
In on the tackle.
3-yard, 33-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 13. And again, we see some additional substitutions, both in the backfield and on the line.
Braden Calkins is in there, as is Matthew Bennett.
3rd down and 13.
And they may just let the quarter expire here. 5 seconds to go.
Zane Beskar split out to the left-hand side here. And that is exactly what they do. The 3rd quarter expires here
and that marks the
at
end
Bedford
of the
High School Stadium. We'll swap ends of the field and kick off the 4th quarter with the Bulldogs facing a 3rd and 13.
Going 13-1 in their matches.
They lead 35-0 here.
At your match at Stonebridge.
3/4 of the way through this home opener.
Congratulations to the Bass Fishing team for earning the top
It is
seed
easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to, we have 2 ways to get to our website, wbnh.bedfordnh.org. That was our original website. We now have one, bedford1051.com. They'll take you to the same place.
Tonight's 50/50
and once you're there, you'll find a link for our stream. You'll also find a link to our Podbean page with all our on-demand special shows. We're also on phone apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Just search for WBNH LP when you do that. And if you have an Alexa device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1. And you'll hear
Friends
us
of
come out
Football
with speakers.
would like to thank our generous sponsors.
So the team's change ends. Bedford will be going from our left to right. 12 more minutes to go. Run time. 35-0 is the lead. 35 is the magic number for the Bulldogs. They have scored 35 in every single game.
For their support during this football season.
Dylan Belair is out there for the Bulldogs. Winston Hune, Patrick Duloc, Zane Beskar, all getting some time on the offensive side of the ball.
Third down.
Parker Beauchemin with Hune to his left. He's in the shotgun. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 split to the right. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off. No, he won't. He'll keep it himself and go to the left-hand side. Out over the left tackle. He's ahead for 7 or 8 yards. That'll bring up 4th down. We'll call it 4th and 5. And Coach Matthews will send in the punt team.
And Elijah Todd will be punting. Normally it's Brody Helton, but Brody is basically called it a night. And I noticed that they were working out Todd during warm-ups.
Bulldogs sorting out their personnel unit. Todd takes the steps back. And Jaden Perez is back deep to receive for the Grizzlies. They count up the special teams players. The ends flex in. Look to block it up, snaps back. Fielded cleanly by Todd. His punt goes to the left-hand side and goes out of bounds near the Grizzlies' 36-yard line. They'll mark it at the 37.
Clock continues to run, 10:30 to go. And the Grizzlies come back on offense here, hoping to break the shutout.
For providing the best coverage of all Bulldog sports.
But they have been limited in their offensive success. Their biggest weapon has been Perez with his legs. He's been able to get a few long passes going too, but the run game for the Grizzlies has been pretty much non-existent. A lot of negative plays.
Perez under center, 2 backs behind him. Man in motion left to right. They fake it to him. They'll dive it up the left-hand side. Squirting through that line of scrimmage is number 31. We don't have a name for number 31, another one that's not on our roster. But ahead for a 1st down for the Grizzlies and out to the 47-yard line.
That was number 31.
Maybe Goffstown is starting to play some of those JV players.
Usually that's been Schmidt playing that fullback position and taking those handoffs from Perez. 1st and 10 Grizzlies. Same formation. Perez under center. Man in motion right to left. They fake it to him and they'll dive it off the right-hand side of the line. This time it's Jurgen Gannon. He's got about a 5-yard gain. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Might be closer to 2nd and 6 as they get into Bedford territory at the 49-yard line. Some more stand tunes from the Bulldogs band.
Land of a Thousand Dances, classic.
Trips bunch to the left-hand side, 1 split out to the right. Perez will be under center with a back behind him in the backfield. 6 yards deep. Toss sweep to the left-hand side, trying to break contain. Coming up, nice stick from that defensive back position. That's Millis coming up on the tackle. 31 on the carry. Again, apologies, we do not have his name for the Grizzlies. But that's ahead for 1st down yardage to the Bulldogs' 42-yard line. Just under 8 minutes to go and ticking. I think we saw Brody Helton play 1 snap here in the 2nd half, and then I think he was done after that.
Yeah, I think he actually had one series, maybe more than one handoff. I think he had 2 or 3. But yeah, they sat him down quickly. Not that he took any kind of hit or anything, but I think the plan was to not overuse him, considering he's coming off injury. And there's a tackle for loss. 31 is brought down.
See here on the replay, a little mix-up between Perez and the back.
And Parker Boschman took care of the tackle.
Yeah, Boschman just
double duty.
Broke down. Got good hands on the Grizzlies running back, and he'll tackle for a loss. For a 3-yard loss, it'll be 2nd and 13. 7 minutes and ticking. 35-0 is your score. The Bulldogs ahead here in the second half. Perez, a back on either side of him. One split right. Motion man left to right. Perez hands it off. This is Schmidt up the middle. Good yardage, and now the line catches up to him and pushes him forward. They'll mark him forward progress at the 36-yard line. It's a good 6-yard gain. 3rd and 4 for the Grizzlies.
A little bit of Cold War kids.
Love it, Harry. The portfolio of music in your head, it has to be monstrous.
Well, this is one that we play on 105.1.
Perez hands off to Schmidt. He gets ahead for possibly 2 yards. Maybe only 1, so it looks like it'll be 4th and 3. Grizzlies will keep the offense on the field. It's marked at the 35-yard line.
Got to correct myself. That's Fallout Boy, not Cold War Kids.
Okay.
Although the two bands kind of sound like each other, very similar song styles.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is definitely Fallout Boy. 3 receivers stacked to the right-hand side. 4th and 3. Perez takes the snap. He's going to take it over to the right-hand side. He's got first down yardage, and he's breaking free. Down to the 10, the 5, touchdown. Jaden Perez, student body right works. Everybody picked up a block, and Jaden Perez picked his way through the defense. He's got a 35-yard touchdown run to put the Grizzlies on the board.
Yeah, like I said before, Perez has been the most effective offensive player, and he shows it right there. With speed and vision, is able to find the end zone there on 4th down.
On to attempt the extra point. The previously mentioned McKenna Kelly. Grizzlies looking to get the right personnel on there. And I believe they're going to be forced to take a timeout as they were trying to figure out who should be in there for blocking up front. Perhaps some injuries, perhaps some substitutions. Either way, they take a timeout. They're ready to go now. Kelly takes her steps back. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, it looks good.
Oh, nice.
It is good. McKenna Kelly splits the uprights and puts the Grizzlies on the board. 35-7 is your score, 4:56 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, some good distance on that extra point.
Sure did.
A lot of leg.
Good height, no challenge from the line of scrimmage. Nicely executed snap, hold, and kick. Special teams clicking well on that play for the Grizzlies.
So the Grizzlies are on the board. 35-7 now.
Despite us being inside that 35-point margin, the clock will continue as a running clock here. Bulldogs are a little confused here as they're lining up on the wrong side of the field.
You're right.
Inside 5 minutes.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm one of the ones that will really appreciate that reference, Harry. You do not know how much I love the Three Stooges.
I can't do the curly. Yeah, that's the one that I wanted.
There you go. Yeah, that was Saturday mornings. Couldn't get enough of the Three Stooges, Larry, Curly, and Moe. Sometimes Joe, he was okay.
He was a substitute.
Little onside kick here. Parker Boschman fields it at his own 48. He'll go down quickly. Sometimes Shemp too. I wasn't really a Shemp fan. I like the Larry, Curly, and Moe.
Yeah, that's the
trio.
classic Stooges.
But I definitely like Shemp more than I like Joe. Joe, just not a big fan.
Oh, look, a microphony and a phony at the mic.
There you go. So the Bulldogs will take over on their own 49-yard line. Clock is set in motion. And Parker Boschman will trot to the huddle and call out the play. Again, good amount of time for these less used players. Winston Hune behind Boschman in the backfield. Another inside handoff, and that gets blown up pretty quickly as the defensive lineman sliced through that offensive line, stopping that play before it really developed.
Maxwell Cody in there. One of the three tacklers.
Bryson Durso on the carry. Didn't really have much of a chance as he was swarmed by two players right as he received the handoff.
So 2nd and 15 now. At the 44, 3.5 to go.
A spread formation here. Slot left, slot right. Boschman has Hune to his left in the backfield. Boschman in the shotgun. Calls out the signals. Durso in motion right to left. They'll hand it to him. He's got a little more space this time. He gets out over half field, down close to the 40-yard line.
Now let's see where they spot him.
He's close to that first down marker, which is at the 41 in Grizzlies territory, and they will give it to him. They'll move the chains.
It looked like he might have went down just shy of that. And right there, I think he was a little short, but they're being generous.
Generous spot for sure as they put it on the 41. He had a nice spin move at the end to get a couple extra yards, but like you, I didn't think he had enough yardage for the first down. Either way, they move the sticks. Same formation, slot right, slot left. Hune to the right of Boschman in the backfield. Motion man this time will get it. This is Camden Santos picking his way back to the line of scrimmage.
I give him a yard and a half up to the 39-yard line.
Oh, come on, let's give him 2 in the stat book, man. Don't be stingy.
Don't be stingy.
We tick down to 2 minutes to go.
Half sacks, half yards. I mean, who wants to deal with that?
No, a half sack, that's a little different, but give him the full yard there in the stat book. Boschman, same formation. Flip-flop. The slot is out to the left side. Boschman takes a snap. He rolls to his left. Lefty delivers out in the left flat. Complete there. I believe that's Petrie.
Nope, Zane Beskar, number 24.
Zane Beskar. Looked like 21. It was 24. Zane Beskar with the catch. The sophomore wide receiver getting a reception ahead.
First time we called his name in a game.
3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs as they look to close out this game. Again, 35-7 is your score. The Bulldogs ahead here late in the 4th quarter.
And we are under a minute.
Boschman takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. Looking to go to the right side of the line, but he's stopped before he gets very far. Looks like he'll take a 1-yard loss. There's a timeout.
Wonder why they do that.
Grizzlies will take a timeout. They want to get the ball back.
With, I guess,
50 seconds left in this 4th quarter. 35-7 is your score. Timeout Grizzlies as the Bulldogs face a 4th and 5. Looks like they need to get down to about the 29-yard line. Maybe not quite that far. Coach Matthews drawing up a play. Perhaps we'll get to see another Boscheman pass attempt here. Nice completion to Zane Beskar on that last completion, the sophomore receiver, catching from his sophomore quarterback. Boscheman, 6'3", towers in there as a sophomore. And the lefty quarterbacks, man, they always, for some reason, have such great success. It is a little awkward as a receiver. It comes off, the spin is the opposite way. Something to pay attention to as you switch between righty and lefty quarterbacks. He has 3 receivers to the right, 1 split end to the left. Boscheman takes the snap. He's taking it to the right-hand side, tucks it under his arm. That was a designed run all the way, and that design run does not go very far as we missed a couple of blocks up front from the Bedford offensive line.
Yeah, Maxwell Cody zooms in for the tackle. Another turnover on downs here. Goffstown gets the ball back in slightly better field position. Let's see where the tackle was right around the 38-yard line, give or take. So Goffstown gets the ball back, 30.8 seconds, only 1 timeout to go.
They start this drive 1 yard better than their last drive, this time on their own 38-yard line. They take a timeout again here after the turnover on downs. They want to give their offense 1 or 2 more plays here in this game.
And be sure to join us next Friday night at 7 o'clock as the Bulldogs, undefeated, going to 3-0 in NHIAA play, 4-0 overall, hosting the Tomahawks of Merrimack, who are in a tough battle against Keene tonight. We'll try to get you a score update there.
So Perez has the Grizzlies offense back at the line of scrimmage, takes the snap. He's going to run to his right side, trying to pick up a few blocks around this right-hand side. Perez breaks free, and that's why they called the timeout. He's got 1 more to beat, and he does. He's down to the 10, the 5, and he has a touchdown. 62-yard jaunt.
Well, I can understand him being more effective with Bedford's backups out there, but I'm wondering why they didn't make more use of that in the game.
I think the first part of your sentence tells the story there, Harry. "16 seconds left in this one. Perez with a 62-yard touchdown run.
Waiting for the kicker. It's going to be...
This is McKenna Kelly again. Puts the tee down. Perez will hold. So 35-13 with the extra point to come. Waiting now. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up. It looks to the left, but it is good. Squeaks it inside that left upright. And McKenna Kelly is 2 for 2. And the Goffstown Grizzlies put another touchdown on the board here in the 4th quarter. 2 by Jaden Perez, 1 a 35-yard touchdown run, and the second a 62-yard touchdown run. 97 yards between those 2 TDs. Some good stats there in the 4th quarter for Jaden Perez. 50-50 ticket is being read off here in the press box.
5, 4, 7, 7, 5.
Hopefully there's a happy winner somewhere out there. 16 seconds left in this 4th quarter. 21-point margin at this point. Ball will be teed up on the 40-yard line. Bulldogs again have their hands team up, gathered near the 50-yard line.
Getting set to kick.
Ready for an onside attempt. Parker Boscheman did a nice job on the last onside kick attempt. high pointing the ball, falling to the ground very quickly. Covering up, ensuring no turnover. Pretty similar play there. Matthews picks it up. Started to run with it, but decided that he should probably settle things down and go to the ground. He's tackled at the 45-yard line, and that'll do it as the clock will run out. Some flags thrown here late as there was some chirping going on, as the players were jibber-jabbing at each other. Game is over. The players need to be separated, but that'll do it. Time is all done. The game is all done. And the Bulldogs extend their record to 4-0 on the season, while the Grizzlies drop to 1-3. We appreciate the BCTV crew, all their help with tonight's production. Bill Jennings on camera. Dale Jones back in the studio doing replays. Andrew Fenn producing, directing here to our left. Harry, any closing thoughts as we wrap things up?
Still perfect, scoring 35 points in every single game. It was 35-0 after the first half, and a couple of touchdowns just to make it more respectable at the end by Goffstown.
That'll do it. 35-14 is your final score. For Harry Kozlowski, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger. We appreciate you joining us tonight on BCTV and WBNH. We'll see you next time.